Hello, welcome to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of what is in our stand today. Uh, we have an e-bike, which we will get to in just a minute, and they've become very popular. The technology for batteries and the motors have gotten more research and development, and so e-bikes have become very, very popular. There's e-mountain bikes, there's e-commuter bikes, and all kinds of stuff. So this particular bike and this customer, let's cover that first, came to us from Yelp. So if you've done business with me, you found me on Yelp, or you've done business with me and didn't find me from Yelp, please take the time and throw a comment on there. It's very important because there's a lot of folks who are not actually in the bike world and they need something worked on, and they really don't know what bike shop does what they need. But in the local area, I get a lot of customers coming in because of Yelp. So if you've done business with me and you're happy with me, put a post up. If you're not happy with me, well, I guess you could put a post up or call me directly and let's see if I can make you a satisfied customer. So anyway, so let's talk about this e-bike, and I wanted to share just a couple of things. We do service on all bicycles. We do kids bikes, beach cruisers. I just finished one. Just did a mountain bike just a few minutes ago, and now this e-bike. So all kinds of bikes. They pretty much all need to brake and shift, unless it's a single speed, no shifting. But it still probably needs to brake, although some people do ride those without brakes in this area. Anyway, let's take a look at this bike. And the customer came to me, as I said, from Yelp, and while he was in here, he noticed my drill instructor picture from many moons ago, a previous life, as I like to say. And then that struck up a conversation because he just retired from the Marine Corps. So he wanted to do business with a local guy, didn't even know that he was also doing business with a former Marine like himself. Okay, so a little bit about myself. So you get to know who's doing all these videos. And while I was in the Marine Corps, I was an aircraft, jet, and fuel systems mechanic, engine fuel systems mechanic. So bike maintenance comes very, very easy to me. Not to mention all the years I helped my dad with his cars that were all not always working at 100%, and we spent a lot of Saturday or Sundays underneath a shady tree fixing them. So, okay, his rear derailleur is not shifting right, so I'm sure it's exemplified or amplified by having an electric motor here. But we're going to dial that in for him. His braking is also subpar. And actually, this is one thing I wanted to cover. This bike was actually assembled by someone else, a different bike shop. He wasn't happy with the way it ended up, and so he brought it to me. So a lot of times I get that kind of business. You know, it happens, but you know, as a bike shop owner, I would like that bike to come back to me so that I can find out what my mechanics failed to do to make you a satisfied customer, and then I would take care of you. Okay, this front wheel, when you apply the brakes, has a lot of play, so I'm hoping it's just the way just a hub adjustment. The rotor seemed to be bolted on properly, but I'll also check the torque value on the screws. Other than that, yeah, so the brakes and the rear derailleur and this hub issue. Other than that, I took it out in the parking lot. It was kind of fun. And, you know, often we jeer at people on e-bikes, but this is a very hilly area. And this gentleman, he's not a cyclist. He just wants to not use his car for a short trip to the university. And it just makes sense for him. And e-bikes are great for that purpose. One less car. One less car. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please share with other friends and make some comments. And we will see you on the road.